Everybody, it is your boy Ant, one half of Delinquent Duo here, coming at you with a spicy Mermail deck profile. If you guys have been following the channel for a minute, you know that I was on Mermails a while back when Needle Fiber first came out. There's so many crazy one-card combos you could do with this deck, and it was always VFD, hand loops for days, and with the ban of Link Cross, that kind of stopped. But now that we're seeing a resurgence of rogue combo decks in the meta, I figured now is a good chance to give Mermail at least one more shot and try to crack the combo once again. So, I figured it out. We can do it again. We can do a one-card hand loop, we can do a one-card VFD, and all you need, of course, is the classic Deep Sea Diva. I'm going to show you guys how to do that combo at the end of this video. But first we got to get into the deck profile and explain how this combo actually works. So, if you guys do like this content, please consider giving us a like and subscribing to the channel. Come out with new videos every Monday and Wednesday, so hit the bell icon and you'll be up to date on all that sweet content. Let us get into the deck profile so I can explain this crazy deck that I spent so many hours in the lab building. Of course, we got to start out with the Deep Sea Diva, which is the best starter of your deck, the best normal summon, because it is that one card VFD plus draw 3. And Diva is so great because it is a tuner and it's immediate access to Halki Firebrax with any other body on board, which is all you need to resolve. This is the only card you ever need to resolve in order to win, because after that, you're going to be steamrolling into the true king of all calamities. So, we got to have triple Diva, and we also have triple Prince. As you guys know, this is what gets the engine of the deck going by sending Dragoons to add Dragoons and searching off of the Dragoons from there. So much free advantage by getting this guy out. Even if you do have to normal summon him, the Dragoons could search you the Lapis Dragon anyways, and that's Needle Fiber right there. We also play the Teus. Teus is a decent starter if you do have it with Dragoons, and he's also another way to make True King of all calamities in this deck with an Abyss Mander. So we play 3 Teus just for a good extension and more Dragoons searches. For the other Atlantean monsters that we have the Atlantean Dragoons, of course, the engine of the deck. He searches all the sea serpents that are in your deck, so you can get cards like Deep Sea Minstrel, Abyss Megalo, Heavy Infantry, or the all-important Lapis Dragon, which is a tuner that can special summon itself when it is added to your hand. So, really great card in the Mermail strategy, especially when you just want to resolve Needle Fiber all day. So we have the triple Minstrel to follow that up. Minstrel is also a decent starter in this deck if you pair it with the Dragoons, because you're going to be able to rip that essential hand trap out of your opponent's hand, and then you could search a card like Deep Sea Diva or Prince from there in order to fully resolve your combo. We also have 2 Heavy Infantry just for more searches off of Prince. It's pretty good to add follow-up into your hand, especially if you have a card like the Croco Dragon, so that way you can turn it into a pop 2. Just double Heavy Infantry, because he's not that good to open, but if you do open him, he's pretty decent to normal summon, and then normal summon something like a Diva, so that way you have more extension, and a little bit of protection by going into Orange Light after Herald of the Arclight during that combo. So, just 2 of that. 1 Megalo as well for the Mermail package right here. Megalo is searchable off of Dragoons, but you're not really going to search him all too much. He's pretty decent to have in your hand for follow-up, especially decent to OTK as well, because he's pretty big and can attack twice in most instances. So he's a pretty good monster to have, but you just need him to be a level 7, so you can modify his levels with Abyss Mander and go into True King of all calamities with Teus and Megalo. The other Mermail monster, of course, is the Abyss Mander, which is searchable off of the Abyss Teus. You notice that I don't play anything like Pike or Gund in this list. Not really needed, because you're not going to use the Mermail engine of this deck all too often. All you really need to do is just search Mander and then have a way to have Megalo to discard this, and then you can make your True King of all calamities from there without even using your Needle Fiber. So he's pretty good to have as a tiny little package. We also have the Fishborg Launcher. Fishborg Launcher is usually not going to be summoned off of your Needle Fiber, but can be sometimes. The Fishborg Launcher is just another good monster to discard off of a card like Teus. because he could special summon himself back if you have another water in your grave. Then he's a tuner for more needle fiber shenanigans as well. So he's just pretty decent to have, and I like to play one of him for just some random extension. It's even good to go with Mulan Glacier because Mulan and the Fishborg launcher can make you a level 9 in Croco Dragon. Even though you're getting the Mulan off the board, you're probably getting so much more advantage on your opponent that it's not going to matter anyways. And you just you make the Croco Dragon really quick, and then you can make an easier VFD from there too. So going on to the Mulan, of course, this is just a decent extender to have, and you could search him sometimes. You won't be doing it all the time. But you could search him sometimes with the Dragoons, and then you can rip 2 out of your opponent's hand. He's pretty good to play around extra hand traps or cards like Forbidden Droplet, so that way you could just discard those from your opponent's hand, and you don't have to worry about your VFD getting negated on the following turn. So he's a pretty decent protection card and a pretty decent extender as well. Of course, the thing that sucks about him the most is that you have to skip your battle phase next turn, but usually it doesn't matter. If you resolve this, your opponent is going to be so limited on card resources that they're not going to be able to catch up anytime soon. We also have other extenders in the deck. 2 Tenyi Spirit Shatana. This is a pretty good extender because all you need to do is resolve Needle Fiber, right? So as long as you have another body on your board and another tuner, even something like a Joyous Spring or a Ghost Bell, you could resolve Needle Fiber from there. And he's just a decent water monster, so that way you can discard it off of Teus or Minstrel or something like that if you do need to. And then finally, we're going to go into the bricks of our deck. We have the Lapis Dragon. You don't really want to see this in your opening hand. It really, really sucks. It's not necessary for the combo at all. But if you don't have access to a tuner in certain situations and you need that Lapis Dragon but he's in your hand, it could really, really hurt you. So you just need to play one of this. Like I said, it's not necessary for the combo, but he really, really does help. And I'm going to show you guys how, of course, in the test hands later on. We also have the Deskbot 001. Of course, if you do have this in your hand, you could just special summon him off of the Helki Fiber X anyways, but you would rather have something else, of course. And then we all know that Deskbot goes into the Auroradon for those shenanigans. You can reborn this guy so many times in this deck, and it's just crazy. Finally, we have two very, very hard bricks in the deck. First is the Karakuri level 3 tuner monster. And we need to play this guy because we're playing the Karakuri Shogun. And this is what makes our Diva a 1-card VFD without any other extender at all. So you got to play this. Even if you do draw him, there is an alternative combo that I'm going to show you guys later where you don't really need this guy. But it's way less safe and it requires way more commitment in your resources to resolve that and make VFD from there. So having Karakuri, you always want to have it in your deck. Never want to see it in your hand, but it's not the complete end of the world if you do have it in your hand. It is the end of the world if you do have the Colt Wing in your hand, though. This is the hardest brick of your deck because you definitely need to summon it off of the Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon. And it can be harder to resolve the combo if you do have this in your hand, but you could also make Draco Sack with Teus and another level 7, so it may not kill you, but usually you're going to need so much to dig yourself out of that spot if you do draw this. So just don't ever draw this, and then you'll win. Then finally, going on to the hand traps, we have just 9 hand traps right here. You got to play a decent amount of hand traps. I decided just because we're playing a limited amount of spells and we're trying to build this deck around Sekka's Light a little bit, I just want a bunch of monsters and then 9 hand traps to fill those spots pretty well to stop your opponent. So we have 3 Ash Blossom and 3 Droll Lockbird and 3 Ghost Bell. The Ash and the Bell are decent hand traps for a lot of decks in the meta right now, and they're also tuner monsters, so that way you can make Needle Fiber and other stuff like that. And then Droll also hurts a lot of decks, but this can be switched out for almost any other hand trap as well. Finally, on to the spells. As you guys noticed, we're not playing any of the other water spells that usually you see, like the Deep Sea Aria or Moray of Greed or Pot of Avarice that's sometimes in this deck. We don't really need any of that stuff because all we need to do is resolve Needle Fiber, and we're just playing the power 1 of spells that ensure that that goes through. So we have Sekka's Light, of course. I noticed that any of the spells that you have in the Mermail deck like the previous builds that we had, those cards actually don't help you play around hand traps or facilitate your combo any further, because if you get stopped, you're gonna use Arya to search like a diva or something, and then you can't even normal summon it again. So yeah, it's just not good. Seika's Light helps a lot more because it gives you more card advantage, can help you draw into more hand traps to stop your opponent for next turn, and you don't really need to use the rest of the spells in your deck after you use this anyways, because you're gonna win. We also have the Called by the Grave and the Instant Fusion and the Magical Midbreaker Field, because these are 3 one-of spells that help beat hand traps. Called by the Grave, of course, really good for Droll, really good for Ash. Those cards really hurt you sometimes, especially Droll, since it's so popular in the format right now. This deck does die to it a lot, so having the Called by and Instant Fusion for Millenniumize Restrict are ways to beat that. Shout out to the Drytron techs for the Instant Fusion. And then we also have the Magical Midbreaker Field. This kind of helps you play around Imperm, which isn't really that popular right now, but even something like Gamma could hurt. The negation is okay, but getting your monster off the field hurts a lot sometimes, because you just need that tuner body to extend into the Halki Fibrax. So you gotta have the Magical Midbreaker Field on there to prevent destruction and ensure your combo goes through. That's why we only play these one-ofs, because they're pretty much instant wins when you do resolve them. And you don't really need any other spells, because all you need is a bunch of monster extenders anyways. And there you go, that does it for the main deck. Going on to the extra deck really quick, it is very, very interesting to see an extra deck like this, especially because there's so many random cards, it seems, but really they all do something. They all facilitate the combo in a very unique way. I'm going to explain them as we go through it. So we just have Coral Anemone. This is a decent water monster. Sometimes I link it off if I have too many water monsters on board. But yeah, just 2 water monsters, and you can special summon something back. So he's pretty good, or she's pretty good to have her follow-up. Just when you're done with your VFD, you can bring this back and then bring back a Prince, and then get your engine going again from there for the follow-up. And then of course the Halki Fibrax. This is the best card in your extra deck completely, because it is what gets your combos going by special summoning out your Deskbot and then going into your Auroradon. By now we all should know the Halki Fibrax and Auroradon shenanigans that ensue. Auroradon can special summon all those tokens, which gets your Deskbot back, and then you go into your synchro plays from there. Then we also have the boss monster of the deck, the true king of all calamities, otherwise known as VFD. Just 2 level 9s is all you need, and you can synchro level 9 very, very easily in this deck, and then you use your Trishula to banish 3 monsters on your side of the field in order to special summon itself, and then make VFD from there. So very, very consistent to get out True King of all calamities, and the combos that I'll show you, you're going to draw so many cards, you're going to have so much advantage, your opponent's just going to scoop it up immediately. We also have the Phantom Fortress Enter Blathnir. This is a decent rank 9. This is pretty good to make sometimes if you have like full Needle Fiber combo and the Teus Mander combo as well. So that way you can like hand loop your opponent for so much, and then they're definitely dead after that. So he's pretty decent to go into sometimes. Usually you're just going to make True King of all calamities though. We also have for the other XC the Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac. This is a part of your combo if you do draw the Karakuri. And he's pretty good. Just 2 level 7s. You make him with the Shogun and then the Cold Wing when it's level 7. So that way you can special summon some more tokens and then get Deskbot back on your field to go into more synchro plays and stuff like that. So he's pretty good, just for the pinch of when you draw your break. Finally, for the synchros, we have Herald of Arclight. You can make this guy sometimes if you end on a very, very bad board, where you're making it with the Deskbot and then the Mecha Phantom Beast token, or you can make him with a Diva and a Heavy Infantry to protect your combo while you are going off and then trying to make your True King of all calamity. So then we also have the Coral Dragon as well. Coral Dragon is pretty good because it is just a good card to break boards. You can make it pretty easily, especially with the Lapis Dragon and the Prince. Usually the combo that you're going to do is normal summon Diva, Prince search the Dragoons, Dragoons search Lapis Dragon, then Lapis Dragon and Prince make the Coral Dragon to provide a chain block on your Needle Fiber. And it's really, really great that Coral Dragon's a synchro, because once you make this, then if you have another body on board that's not a tuner, you could still make Needle Fiber from there as well. And then we also have the Karakuri Shogun. The Karakuris are really great, but you have to play those hard bricks in your deck because they need to special summon from the deck specifically, and not deck or hand. So it really hurts to draw this, but the Karakuri Shogun, he's pretty good, he's pretty big. I beat down a lot of people with this as well. And then we also have the Krako Dragon, one of the best Synchro 9s that we have in the game. All you need is just 2 monsters, and then you could draw cards. So why wouldn't you want to get that free advantage? Usually you're using the Karakuri with 2 other level 3s, so that way you can make Croc actually draw you 2, which is how you get so much advantage in this deck. Trishula is another flex spot for your Synchro 9, and like I said, with the Karakuri, you're using 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens, so you can usually make the Trish pretty easily, even though it requires those 3 monsters. But making this can really help, especially if you've already hand looped your opponent for so much. You just banish that other stuff out of their hand and graveyard, and you just deny them of all those resources while setting up True King of all Calamities. Finally, for the synchros, we have the Underworld Fighter Balmung, and this is a really, really crazy combo that I'm going to show you guys, but this guy is necessary in case you do draw this brick. It can help in certain situations as well by bringing back some of your level 4 or lower monsters. So he's pretty good, but you need to play him for the combo. Finally, we have this very, very strange, as it seems, fusion monsters in the deck. You usually don't see fusion monsters in this deck, but we gotta play it. Like I said, the instant fusion is really, really good to summon out for the Millennium Eyes Restrict to play around hand traps, but it's also really good because it can special summon the Sea Monster of Theseus. This card beats Winda all day, and it is also a tuner to go into Needle Fiber as well. So it's a free tuner extender that you can get from instant fusion, and it's really great that this is just a water monster, a level 5 tuner. There's so much synergy in this deck with like a card like Shatana or a level 4 Dragoons, because they can just go into a level 9 straight up. And it's really, really, just a really, really good body to have on board, and kind of helps you if you don't have that extra extender in your hand and you just have the instant fusion. So yeah, Sea Monster of Theseus, really, really great card to have in the deck for the instant fusion. Then, like I said, we have the Millennium Eyes Restrict for the instant fusion as well. Of course, like I said, this just beats hand traps. And then finally, we have the Trishula, the Dragon of Icy Imprisonment. This is a great fusion monster, great to make in VFD decks. Like Infernoble played this a lot. I was playing this before in another combo of Mermails. It's just great because all you need is just 3 monsters on your board of different names. You just banish all of them, and it's like you're linking away into a level 9. It's crazy. Especially works well with the Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon because you can't link someone after that, but you can still use this body and the rest of the stuff that you get on your board in order to make the Trish, use its level 9 and a level 9 Synchro to go into the True King of all Calamities. And that does it for the deck. You can see the extra deck right here, but that's not that important. You can pretty much make it whatever you want. I just put in a bunch of hand traps and blowout cards. So that's not that important, but let me know what you guys think of the deck down below. We're going to go into the test hands right now and show you just how crazy this deck really is. Alright y'all, I want to start off by showing you the 1-card combo so you can get a sense of how crazy this deck actually is. The 1-card combo, all you need is just Diva. So you just get Diva, and you get Diva for Prince, and then you can use a Prince's effect right here to send Dragoons, and then add Dragoons to hand. And then Dragoon's effect, of course, is going to activate to add a Sea Serpent, so now you could add your Deep Sea Minstrel. And then Minstrel is going to protect you from any other hand traps that you may encounter, so you can get that Nibiru out of their hand or whatever. And then Dragoon's effect is going to activate again in order to get you a Lapis Dragon to your hand. And this is going full combo. You get Lapis Dragon to hand, and you special summon him. And then you can use the level 5 Tuner Lapis Dragon and then the level 1 Prince to go into your Coral Dragon. And then you can use Coral Dragon and then Needle Fiber to Chain Block Needle Fiber to draw you a card. And then you can special summon the Deskbot. So Deskbot is going to be special summoned from Helgi Fibrax. and then you use the Deskbot and the Hulk in order to go into the Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon for 3 tokens, and then we all know the shenanigans as well. You get back the Deskbot with the tokens, and then this is where you make a level 7. And if you guys remember from like the Infernoble combos, this is usually where they make Power Tool Dragon, but we don't have Power Tool Dragon in this deck. We just have the old-fashioned Karakuri. And of course he's the hard brick, but you gotta use him because the advantage is too crazy. You get the Karakuri, you get the level 3 tuner, right? And then you can use the Auroradon to get the other brick out of your deck by attributing those 2 monsters to special summon from your deck the Mecha Phantom Beast Cold Wing. Cold Wing effect activates because there's another Mecha Phantom Beast on board, and then you get the Deskbot from there. So you don't need Deskbot anymore at all. All you need to do is just use Karakuri with the tokens to make your level 9, which can be the Croco Dragon to draw 2 cards, and that's why I say full combo is drawing 3 cards, because you're going into Coral Dragon and then you're going into Croc, so you're drawing 3 cards from there. And then all you gotta do is just banish the rest of these fools to go into the Trishula Dragon of Icy Imprisonment, overlay these, and then go into your True King of All Calamities. And bam, you played around a decent amount of hand traps by ripping them out of your opponent's hand with Minstrel, and you made True King of All Calamities with a lot of follow-up in your hand for next turn. Usually you're going to have extra hand traps if you didn't use them already, and you're going to have follow-up with cards like Teus. Heavy Infantry, this is a crazy draw to draw off of Croc, because then you could pop stuff on your opponent's field as well. So yeah, really, really good. 1 card combo VFD. Now I'm going to show you the combo if you do draw the Karakuri. It's a little bit more complicated, so I hope you can follow along with it. So you drew the Karakuri brick, okay? That's fine. All you need is just another body on board, and then you're going to go into Ball Among, and I'm going to show you what you do. So if you do draw the Karakuri, all you need to do is have a Needle Fiber access and another body on board. So if you have something like your Diva, you can use your Prince to go into your normal combo, sending the Dragoons to grave, getting Dragoons to hand, and then getting Minstrel to hand as well. And the Minstrel is important here because you're going to need a level 3 tuner in your grave to revive off of the Ball Among. So it's pretty essential that you get Minstrel, or at least have your Ghost Bell or Ash Blossom in the grave from a previous, from previously using it. So use the Minstrel effect, right? Look at your opponent's hand, and then use Goon's effect to get the Lapis Dragon to your hand, and then Lapis Dragon effect to special summon. This is similar to the original combo, but since you need this other body on board, you're going to actually link these 2 away instead, or you can link away the Deep Sea Diva. It doesn't really matter what body is on the board as long as you just get Needle Fiber. So that Needle Fiber effect is going to activate, of course, and that is going to get you your Deskbots. Now you don't get the chain block on it this time, so it's a little less safe, but you bricked. So this is the way that you're going to have to do things. You're going to use Needle Fiber and the Deskbot, of course, to go into the Mecha Phantom Beast, and then use the Mecha Phantom Beast to get the tokens onto your field. And then you see that you need a lot of space for your field, so you can't really clog it up with too much stuff before this combo. But as long as you have 1 monster, it's fine. You don't need to revive the Deskbot a second time, which is why sometimes you could have another monster like Moulin Glacier on your board throughout your combo, because you only need to banish another extra body, and Deskbot becomes that extra body at the end usually. You only need to use Deskbot 1 time for the Synchro Summon of a 7. So using this for the Synchro Summon of a 7, right here is where you get the Karakuri. Now even though you can't use this effect because you have the Karakuri in your hand, you're still going to be able to use this as a level 7. So what you do is you pop 2 other monsters on your field, right? You needed that other body, so that way you could tribute the 2, the token and the extra body, so that way you can get your Mecha Phantom Beast Cold Wing right here. Now in this instant, you do need to have the Deskbot come back in this specific combo, but usually you don't need to have him come back again, only the 1 time for the level 7. But for this combo, you need to have Deskbot go into your level 4 Ball Monk right here. So now you need a way to pop the Ball Among, right? And I was trying to figure out and scratch my brain on how to do this so that you could trigger the Ball Among effect. And I figured out a way by actually overlaying these, because the Cold Wing is level 7, because there's at least one token on board, gains 3 levels and it becomes a level 7. So you could use the Karakuri and the Cold Wing as a level 7 to go into the Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack, the classic Draco Sack. Before you detach, you're going to use Draco Sack's effect to clear this Mecha Phantom Beast token, and then pop a card on the field, which is going to be Ball Among. Ball Among effects activates, and then you get your level 3 monster right here. So you got to get your level 3 tuner, which is going to be your Deep Sea Minstrel, which you already used in your combo, and then you can use the effect of Mecha Phantom Beast to detach, and then get 2 tokens on, and then the Deskbot is going to trigger again, and then this is where you can go into a Synchro 9 with your 3, and then you can go into something like a Croc, and then draw 2 again, and then you can use the rest of these guys, just banish them off to go into your Trishula. So that is how you do that combo. It took me a while to figure that out, so I hope you guys appreciate that. Like I said, drawing the Karakuri isn't that bad, but it really hurts because you have to extend and commit so many more resources. And you usually end up with the worst hand as well. But as long as you have VFD, you should be good. There you go. Finally, for the last combo I'm going to show you guys is just the Mermail combo in order to get True King of all Calamities. Then I want you guys to test this deck out yourselves, because there's so much more extension that you could do, so many more ways to break this combo. So try this deck out for yourselves and figure out what you can do in order to make the craziest combos possible. Let me know what you guys think of in the comment section below. So this hand is kind of crazy, it's kind of correct, I'm not going to lie. But all we're going to do is just use the Teus effect to just card the Dragoons. And I'm going to show you the very minimal Mermail VFD combo. All you need is an extra water monster in your hand in order to do this. And then you need a Dragoons, of course, to search your Sea Serpents. So Abyss Teus is going to activate, that could be Chainlink 2 or whatever, and that is going to add your Abyss Mander. And then the Dragoons is going to activate, and that needs to add the Abyss Megala, which is your other level 7 to hand. So this plays around Nibiru pretty well as well. And then you can special summon this by getting rid of the Mander that you searched, and then any extra water monster that you had in your hand. And then you could use your Mander to banish it. And then, sorry, I meant to banish that. But basically, you just banish it. You increase the levels by 2, and then you can make True King of all Calamities right there. So you can make True King, but you could also extend past that as well. So I kind of want to show you guys that as well now that we have Diva, which is the tuner combo, the needle fiber combo. It's pretty crazy. So I'm going to put this back, and I'm going to actually, I'm still going to go into a 9 right here, but I'm actually going to go into the Ender Blathneer. And this is a crazy combo that you guys can get by... you know, it rips a lot of cards out of your opponent's hand, so it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. What you're going to do is just normal summon your Diva after you do your Blathneer, and you can get, of course, the classic combo. You know, get that, Dragoons to grave, Dragoons to hand, and then Minstrel to your hand, and then Minstrel F right here, Minstrel to grave, Dragoons to grave, and then you have 5 water monsters right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then what you're going to search off of your Dragoons from the Minstrel is actually the Moulin Glacia. So you get Moulin to your hand, right there, and then you can special summon your Moulin Glacia anywhere, rip 2 cards out of your opponent's hand because you have the 5 water monsters in your grave, and now you can also use the Blathneer to banish a card out of your opponent's hand. So now they got -1 from the Minstrel, so you just take out anything that you don't need or any hand trap. Then you got -2 from the Moulin, so that's 3 cards out of their hand, and this is already the 4th card out of their hand with the Blathneer, and then you're going to go full combo from here. So you can just You need to get some bodies off the board, so just use those two to go into your Coral Anemone, and then use the Anemone and the Diva to go into your Halky Fibrax. And then Halk is going to, oh sorry, got a little bit of my head myself. Halk is going to go into, of course, the bot. And then you can use the bot and actually use the Fortress right here to go into the Mecha Phantom Beast Aurorodon. And then get 3 tokens right there. And then use all this stuff as well. Bam, 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 to go into your 7. Your Karakuri. Get your Karakuri out of your deck. And you see how I clear up space, and the Blathnair is also a machine monster, so you can use that to go into Aurorodon, then keep your Deskbot on board, because you're going to need that space later on. You can just use your Aurorodon to pop these 2, and then get your Cold Wing from your deck again. And then, of course, you guys know the combo from here. So Cold Wing is going to activate, get you 2 tokens, and then get you the Deskbot. And then right here, you can actually go into your Trishula, which is going to be great for us. The Trishula Synchro, and then that is that's the last card out of your opponent's hand right there. So they're going to start their turn. At the end phase, they get the card that you ripped from the Minstrel, and then they draw their card. So they're playing with 2 cards in their hand under a VFD. So yeah, try playing through that. Now you do have to skip your battle phase next turn, which really does suck. But like I said, you're going to have so much more advantage up on your opponent anyways. You could have even gone to the Crocosaur after that as well. But yeah, you're going to have so much more advantage on your opponent that it's not necessarily going to matter. You know, because you're going to have them under VFD anyways. So bam, there you go. And that is the Handaloop 5 combo. As long as you open up the most cracked hand of, you know, 4 water monsters, you know, Teus Dragoons, Diva, and an extra water monster, and then 1 other card, that's a cracked combo, but that's a Handaloop 5 and VFD. So, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed those test hands. It really racked my brain to try to go through all of that stuff for you all. And I just hope you guys enjoy it. I was playing this deck a little bit, you know, just for fun on Dueling Book. If you guys want to hit me up, of course my name is EnemyFox95. You could hit me up and add me on Dueling Book, and we could play some Mermail matches just for fun. Thank you guys for watching this video. And if you guys do like the content, again, please consider giving us a like and subscribing to the channel. Really helps us out, and we really appreciate everybody who sticks around and watches us. Again, thank you all, and peace.